Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea. And there's this rumor about this one house. Now, historic districts is kind of like any other historic district. Houses that are over 100 years old, big, grand-looking things, all that. But there was this house that was coming up for auction. The rumor was a vampire lived there because people come up missing. Realtors were going up missing when they would go there.
Back in the Pizza World caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Hey, it's Ricky with another episode of Ricky's Big World. Now, we kind of doing it a little different now because we trying this whole Zoom type thing, and we're going to see how it goes. How you doing, Miss Roxanna?
Good. We've been talking about trying this since you moved, so now, I think this is great.
Can the family see you?
No.
Y'all need to see her.
You can see me.
And they need to see you. Let me tell you about this lady right here. She is at home. Got her hair up in a weave.
I do not.
Got her headphones on, laid up, and she got a microphone in her face with her headphones on, laying on a pillow.
I'm in bed.
Yeah, but you're in bed because of what?
My autoimmune disease is acting up.
She's got some issues. Here I am. I'm working. All right. I got the dog over there looking at me, making sure. And that's my daughter's dog. Her name is Nova. Jackson is down here between the two because he's like, we ain't having that mess. So,
really quick before we get into everything, the cool feature on this fancy website that we're using is that they have a teleprompter. And
she ain't figured it out yet.
Haven't figured it out yet, but I wrote you some words to read off the teleprompter before we get started.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
We need some background music. I was trying to play something, but
I'll put it in post.
Okay, go ahead.
It's long, so scroll up. Don't read it. Don't read ahead.
All right, I scrolled up. Okay, damn. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
You want me to read this whole verbatim?
Verbatim.
All right. Welcome back to Ricky's Big World. Today, we've got a great episode lined up for y'all. But before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for tuning in and supporting us. It truly means a lot. And I really mean that. She don't have to write that mess, okay? Now, let's talk about something important. Gratitude. Gratitude. Why you got your hand over your mouth like you laughing about? I'm about to say something stupid, ain't you?
No.
Okay, hold on. Gratitude for the things and especially the people who make our lives better. Speaking of people who make life better, have y'all ever stopped and thought just how lucky I is to have Roxanna Jana around? I knew this was going to haunt me. You know, Roxanna Jana is truly one of a kind. She's the absolute backbone of this podcast, the guiding light, if you will. Honestly, I'm not even sure how I ever managed without her. Her wisdom be unmatched. Her talents are boundless. And let's not forget how incredibly patient she is with me. Can I get an amen? No amen?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, amen. That was sad. You ain't going to church.
I was laughing
That's
too hard.
That's a full-time job on its own. I ain't letting you talk no more. I can't believe she took time to write this mess. Every great idea we've ever had, ? Because I'm not sure about that. Let's be real. It came from Roxanna Jana. Her creativity knows no limits. Her intelligence is up. The devil is a lie. And she has impeccable taste. Not by the way you look right now. You don't. Especially in co-hosts. I mean, seriously. How did I get so fortunate?
You're almost done.
I got my food here. I don't know if I got an appetite for this food now. And speaking of fortunate, can we just take a moment to recognize how amazing Roxanna Jana's style is? She's a fashion icon for Sesame Street, maybe. I don't know about for regular life. She truly is. Each time I sit across from her, and it's like sitting next to royalty. And her kindness is legendary. Small chillins and animals flock to her just to be in the warmth of her presence. And evidently, she don't take showers, so the stank attracts them. All right, folks, let's be honest here. This show is nothing without Roxanna Jana. She's the sun to my cloudy days, the cream to my coffee, and ranch to my pizza crust. She's simply the best there is, ever was, and ever will be. So thank you, Roxanna Jana. All right, let's get into today's topic.
Oh my gosh, Ricky, that was so sweet. So unexpected.
I hope you do a close up on this face right here.
That was so nice of you.
So you ain't got time for hold on, back up a minute. You ain't got time to address other things, but you had time to sit there and write a fiction, sci-fi type thing, fantasy world type thing. You need to be in writing instead of on the podcast, Roxanna Jan.
I'm not gonna lie. The second I saw that this had a teleprompter, that was my goal. I knew that this moment was gonna happen. I was very excited.
I'm sure you are. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. Here I am choking to death, trying to get the words out.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm a professional, and
You
professional is that right there. But you ratcheted for that one. Okay, you
You
just
gotta
ratcheted.
admit that was pretty good.
I don't think it was, but you know what? It is. Now I will agree that as a co-host, I think that you're great.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
you don't make me lose myself.
You're the one that
But
told me to start taking compliments.
yes, I did. I'm trying to give you one. Now here's the thing. You know, you do the website, you do this, you do a lot, but evidently your next skill is how to pat yourself on the back through other people's mouths. So there it is. You're welcome.
Maybe I took the advice a little too much from you. That's
You know
all I'm
what?
saying.
I'm gonna eat my shrimp.
So here's an interesting thing. You've never been on this podcast and not had Pizza World pizza.
And I cannot find anything that's remotely close to Pizza World pizza, so I ain't even gonna try.
Yeah, but you're in Louisiana and there's such an amazing array of food. So what did you bring for us today?
I brought scrimps and a hush of the puppies, French potatoes, and sauce. Oh, can you see that? There you go.
Ooh.
Look at that. Mm-hmm.
I love
Fried.
me a hush puppy.
Now, I'll tell you where I got it from if you really care.
I do. Off the hook.
Off the hook. It's a seafood place here.
Says real
And this was-
Cajun at the bottom.
This was $7.99.
No, it wasn't.
And- Huh?
I think food's cheaper there.
Big old drink, too.
That is a
So-
big old drink.
$7.99. Gulf shrimp. Lord.
It's still crispy, huh?
Mm.
I mean, you just got back with it. So.
Did you hear the crunch?
I did. I can still hear it.
Anyway, so you're right. We never do an episode without food. So Roxanne Jana said, hey, leave the comforts of your office, go waste your gas, and go get some food
I mean, you could have made something
at your
at
own
home.
dime. So that's
There's
it.
the thumbnail
All right.
right there.
What's that?
That face you made.
That
There's
face?
the
No, wait.
thumbnail.
So, all right. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, I want to talk about something. We had an episode come out recently where we were discussing the vampires. This is the ASMR segment of our podcast.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We were
That was
just-
rude.
No,
That was
you're
very rude. My mom would have slapped the mess out of me for that.
It works in this environment.
Mhm.
Where we were recently talking about Louisiana and the possibility that there might or might not be a blood bank that caters to vampires after hours. And as we
That's
were
what Ray said.
discussing this
Mm-hmm.
off the air, there came up a couple of topics about maybe a neighbor of yours And I didn't want to hear any more about it because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. So I'm hoping you can elaborate now about vampires locally.
I don't know if she's a vampire, but there's certain things that kind of hit. Her name is Lucretia. I ain't playing with you. That's her. That's how she introduced herself, and it was at night. I've never seen her during the day. It is always after the sun goes down. She is tall and very skinny, and they keep to themselves. And if she is a vampire, I really don't want her seeing this because I'm blowing her cover.
What age range would you say she is?
400. I don't know how long vampires live. I'm just saying.
I mean,
that
what does she appear to be?
I'd say late 30s, 40s.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of like you wouldn't expect anything older than that. You know what I mean?
Oh, because she don't get up.
I mean, if you're like 400 years old.
Well, yeah, your bones be hurting. I mean, you know. I just watched Nosferatu. All right, the one that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. I didn't like it at all. But you know, there are some similarities that are just kind of very interesting, to say the least. Because let me tell you something. I never hear her when she comes outside. Because she's got a pool. I never seen her in the pool.
Okay.
When she comes outside, I never hear her. I just happen to see her out of the corner of my eye, and she just standing there. The first day that before we actually officially met, I saw her, and it was about I think 8:30 at night, and they have this the stand umbrellas. They have the stand umbrella, and so my chunky self, I can't hide behind no stand umbrella, but she can. And so all of a sudden, here's a stand umbrella, and I see this.
Oh.
And she never blinked.
She never blinked.
And then she went right on back in there. And then I never saw her walk to the house. Back in the house. It's like she just disappeared. I did see her fingers. That was crazy.
What? Is there something about vampire fingers, like how they look? Like they look different?
I don't know if she a rougarou, if she a vampire, if she whatever it is. But the point is that she reached her hand around the umbrella.
Okay.
And that was when she did it. And she had like long fingernails. I mean, bat wing fingernails. My fingers, not just fingernails, fingers. And it's weird. I never see the whole famlie because she's got a husband, she's got kids.
Can vampires have kids?
I don't. You asked the wrong one. I don't know, but there has to be a blood bank for somebody, and maybe she's a customer.
All right, or maybe she just works nights.
Mm-hmm. That's what vampires want you to think.
The children thing throws me off.
I don't know. They could have been adopted for the blood. I don't know.
Adopted for the blood. Oh my gosh. I think what we need is like...
But I never see him. That's the thing at night. And we go outside, and I'm here now this is my house. I had my recording studio, my voiceover studio here at the house. I go outside to do things. I leave. I never see nobody. Never.
Really? Not even the kids? You like don't hear them or anything, huh?
I don't hear nothing. I heard but here's the thing. Every time at night my dogs run out there and bark at that house. No other house. Just that house.
Interesting. So I was looking up like characteristics of Louisiana vampires, like if they lived today.
If. I don't know about the if.
I mean, I feel like I have to say if just in case. right?
I feel like I
Because,
gotta
like,
get
what if
some.
they come after us?
What do you mean us? I'm the one who lived damn next door to him, Roxanna. What you mean us? You are exposing my safety with this little podcast thing right here.
That's fair. Do we need to put you in some kind of program?
Mm. Well, I got some extra garlic on my French fries, so we might be good.
So it says the first thing is they look too good for their age. Skin that doesn't wrinkle, scar, or show blemishes. People assume they've had work done, but they deny it. And they may joke that they're older than they look.
Oh, so hell, Joan Collins is a vampire. No.
They feed selectively, not violently. So they would use consensual donors.
Oh, well, and it's just damn southern of them to sit there and not be all violent and stuff. And may I suck your blood, please?
They may frequent goth clubs or
Hold on a
alternative
sec. Hold
wellness
on.
circles.
Hold on. Miss Man, yeah, I'm trying to conduct some business here, and you just being loud and all the other stuff. Can you get down off that sofa thing a little bit quieter? I'd really appreciate you. We good?
This is the first time we've had a dog on the podcast.
That's right. Jackson, here. Okay. Hmm?
It says that they might have psychic abilities,
Mm.
so they don't need to attack. They use psychic seduction, manipulation, or energy draining.
Ain't nothing seductive about that one.
May leave people around them exhausted. Were you tired when you met her
I ain't get
afterwards? Like a energy
I never touched her.
vampire?
We just talked across the fences.
Oh, okay. But like when you were done talking to her, were you tired or anything?
I didn't get that close.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I do think you're on track with the sun sensitivity. They prefer dim lights, blackout curtains, late night jobs.
Well, I'll get up like at 2 o'clock in the morning. Either to like use the bathroom or dog needs to be let out or something happens. And their lights are always on in the middle of the night.
Says they might live in historic homes.
Not this one.
Is your area like newer?
2008.
Oh, then yeah, I guess you're right. Says they're always watching. They avoid photos, or they always have weird lighting on them, or they show up without warning or disappear just as fast, like you said.
Mm. Okay, I'll tell you another one. So, our mailbox is across the street. So I have to walk across the street to get my mail. I like to do it at night because for some reason, when I walk out of my house with shorts on, I got people driving by doing the looky-loo, slowing down, so I'm the center of attention. So I like to check my mail at night, and so I'll go out there 9 o'clock at night, whatever. I see people peeking through the little thing. They're peeking through the blinds, looking at me. And I'm like, I know I taste delicious. All right. I smell like chicken. I got grease fat all in my body. And so I know damn good and well if I would jump in that ocean, sharks be coming from miles away to get my chunkiness. So now I'm like, okay, well, now the vampires done got a whiff. Oh, Lord, hell, that smells good. Let's go get a piece. So,
What if that's why they hang out in the South? All the fried chicken.
No, I know damn vampire want to be in no frozen cold place.
How does she dress? Because it says they might dress timelessly or in black clothes.
I actually, last time I saw her, she was in, wasn't black. It was like a dark blue though. And it's always, the closest thing I think of is a moo.
Okay.
Always flowy, always comfortable. So,
Right.
don't know. I thought I'd go and get some holy water and put it in their pool and just see what happened.
It says they might make direct eye contact and hold longer than socially normal.
Okay. That's what she did when she coming around that
Yeah.
umbrella stand, and she just stood there looking at me. Didn't even look up and down. Didn't even blink. Just
It says people may get tongue-tied or spill secrets around them. Did you get tongue-tied? That'd be a lot for you, I feel like. You're pretty social.
your mama.
um, it says they wouldn't sweat or they would blink often, have a visible pulse.
I ain't getting that close to look at that damn skin pulsing and stuff. You crazy.
It says pets either love them or run away.
Mine bark like hell.
But you didn't shake her hand or anything?
Mm-mm.
It says that they could have dilated pupils at night.
What are you looking at? Wikipedia?
Oh, the internet.
Here. Y'all need to take your back yourself home somewhere. I'm trying to eat. But you know I don't mean that. A precious thing. Anyway. I don't know. It's crazy. And my neighbor across the street, I was talking to him, and he acted really weird too. He was like, because he introduced himself the first time we moved here, and he started talking about how, he and his wife, this, and all of a sudden, he looked at his watch and looked up at the sky and then said he had to go. He had to go. And it was like getting dark, and I'm like, please don't tell me I got rougarous living across the street and vampires on the other side of my house. Where's the mummy and the other stuff, the Frankenstein?
My goodness. So
Mm-hmm.
your
My goodness.
your HOA is full of vampires
And rougarou.
and a rougarou. Oh my
And
goodness.
for those who don't know what rougarou is, it's a werewolf. So that's it.
That's
And then we
interesting.
got the legend of the swamp monster. I mean, just my goodness, swamp monster.
Is it
Yeah.
busy on your block like during the day, or is it pretty tame?
No, it's pretty tame. Most people around here, have to work to afford the houses. So,
Yeah.
so you don't see too many people.
Yeah, but is it like you see a lot of people leave in the morning and a lot of people return in the afternoon, and then that's kind of when it gets busy, like a normal
Mm-hmm.
typical suburb?
Well, we in the country. I don't know about no suburb,
But you know what I mean, like
Mhm.
interesting.
It's a mix. This is a weird neighborhood because number one, the houses are beautiful. I love these southern houses here. The or Louisiana houses. That's very French, and I like it.
Yeah.
But I had no idea how popular this neighborhood is, especially at Halloween. Halloween, the neighbor across the street said that they clocked last year or the year before, over 10,000 cars came through.
Is it
And
more
then,
popular for Halloween than Christmas?
yeah, Christmas, people decorated for Christmas around here, and they don't just decorate. They go out. But Halloween is the big one here.
Really?
One house across the street had a blow up cat that breathed smoke that was taller than the house.
Oh my goodness.
You had the fake flames in the windows, smoke machine. It was music everywhere. House down the road a little bit did a haunted house. You could hear them screaming from down the street. So they had fun with it. Everybody had something. We were the oddball because all I had was a little table, fold up table, some chairs, and candy. That was it. Everybody else went out. So it's
Yeah.
a celebration around here. But it's like it's odd how attractive this neighborhood is around Halloween.
Now, the neighbors, pardon me, the neighbors we're talking about, the neighbors in question who are questionable, how were their houses for Halloween?
The one across the street is the one that had that big cat.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What about
And
next
other
door
things.
then?
Lucretia, they 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 were wearing costumes,
Okay.
but the costume looked like it wasn't costume.
What does that mean? Like, what were
Eh,
they?
Well, you know how you go and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be Dracula this year. I'm gonna be whatever. And you could tell you got that thing from a box store
Oh, yeah.
and plastic this, all that. This right here, I thought they were about to go to some cotillion or something and debutante ball because I mean they went out on this stuff because it looked old. It looked like you
Really?
pat that dust be copping off that thing.
Really?
Really,
What were they like dressed as? Do you remember?
vampires?
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they sure was. Lucretia was she had this long black dress with a like a it wasn't a cape, but like women will wear those shawls, those sheer
Oh, yeah.
shawl things. Like she had that on, and a lot of people around the neighborhood that were doing that had you could tell they had makeup in, like they had makeup on. It looked like okay, it's time. There it went, and
Wow.
husband came out and he didn't say a word hardly. He just real quiet, but he had on his aristocratic looking outfit, and I'm thinking, okay, if you go, let's be real, if you're gonna be a 400, 500 year old vampire, don't get me wrong, I like my neighborhood. I wouldn't be living here. I'd have vast estate somewhere, 65, 100, 200 acres with a castle sitting on it. But
But
if I had that kind of time to build wealth,
isn't that how you get caught? Don't you want to blend
tax
in?
evasion is how you get caught.
But like, wouldn't you want to blend in? Like, what's better than blending in than a family of four in the suburbs?
I mean, you're right.
Who's gonna suspect you then?
You're very right. They do have nicer cars than you would think for this neighborhood. So you can tell they got some money, but it's just
I,
it's just weird.
I
It's
feel
just
like when you
it's just weird.
start buying like custom homes and have like these really expensive cars, like in let's just use Twilight for example, it starts to get a little suspicious. I think what would help them out is like a normal family, right?
Did you ever see the remake of Fright Night
No.
with Colin Farrell? That's his name. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Now the original Fright Night from the '80s, phenomenal. Loved that thing. That was great. Had the old house. Had the guy who did his last name Sarandon. I think he was Susan Sarandon's husband, and it's a really good movie. The remake of Fright Night with Colin Farrell, horrible because he's a vamp. Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
That was my computer. Anyway, let me know how to email.
Yeah.
Probably Lucretia was telling me to shut the hell up. But so the remake had him in a regular neighborhood, and he's the typical traits, but you find out that he's a vampire early in the movie. In the original Fright Night, you didn't know he was really a vampire, right? It was just I didn't care for that one. But the point is that he was in a regular neighborhood
Yeah.
instead of like the other original one. He's in a regular neighborhood, but the house wasn't really regular.
Yeah.
So it was a big old 2-3 story type Victorian looking house.
Because I feel like once you start doing stuff like that, living in an estate, having people who help you take care of the grounds or whatever it is, you start to draw attention to yourself. And
I have a lawn guy. Is
yeah,
that drawing?
but if you own an estate like that, it's not just a lawn guy that you're going to have.
Oh, you're talking about a vast estate.
Yeah, kind of
thing.
like you were talking about.
I mean, here's the thing. Are you wrong?
And then if you don't, and your neighbors do have all that stuff, now you look even weirder. You're calling yourself out. You know what I mean?
And maybe it's better to be near the grocery store with this many people around you than to have to travel in the city or fly like a bat, whatever it is you do, to get the one or two little people when you got a whole neighborhood.
Right. That's
so there you go.
It might be that they are the best undercover vampires there are, just living a normal life in the suburbs.
Okay. Okay. You brought this topic up. Okay. I'm just letting you know.
If something happens to you, though, like, we're going to need updates. If more weird things happen, you're going to have to let us know. Do you think you've come into contact with a vampire since you've moved?
Oh.
Besides your next door neighbor, obviously.
No, before that.
Like what?
All right. So as everybody knows, I'm originally from Georgia. And there's a historic district downtown in my hometown of Columbus, Georgia. And there's this rumor about this one house. Now, historic districts is kind of like any other historic district. Houses that are over 100 years old, big, grand-looking things, all that. But there was this house that was coming up for auction. The rumor was a vampire lived there because people come up missing. Realtors were going up missing when they would go there. Well, Jennifer and I we had drove by because I was working at a WTVM TV station at the time, and I was a camera guy, and we decided that she would come pick me up and we would go have lunch. And so the mansion was kind of behind that. So we drive by because it was boarded up and everything else with the auction sign on it. And I was telling Jennifer, I would love to own this house. It was so cool. And she said, well, what about the vampire rumors that's been going on for decades? Before we were even born, they were talking about this thing. And all of a sudden, we look up at the very top floor. It's like a 3-story, like old Southern columns and everything house. One of the boards on the window had leaned a little bit. So you know how when it leans on a square window, you get that little triangle, little space. Right. We saw somebody looking out. And it was pitch black in the house. We saw somebody looking out, and it didn't look right. And I told Jennifer driving, I said, baby, you better push your foot on that gas and get my chunky self out of here. You ain't so much a snack when it comes to that. But I am. And so we left. Well, then some friends of mine said, hey, let's go over to that house at night. I said, hell no, I ain't doing that. About a week later, I had left the TV station to go to the grocery store because I had to work late that night. I didn't get home usually till about 1 o'clock in the morning. So this was, about that time frame. I go to the grocery store and there was this guy standing there looking at me. And he was out in the parking lot. He was just standing there looking. I started walking in. I turned my head. He was like right almost up against me. How he got 50 feet from there to behind me is beyond me. And so I go and walk in. He stays out. Right. I don't know what it was, but he stays out. I go to leave. I didn't see him. And then I start walking back to my car. And next thing I know, I hear footsteps and I look around, there he is. Now this dude is taller than me, like real thin. He kind of looked old. But I looked at his eyes. He had the same eyes as what we saw that day looking back at us.
That's creepy.
And so I hightailed my fat chunky self. Forgive me, Mom. I hightailed my chunky self to my car, locked all my doors. And even back then, in the 90s, I was still walking around with my sage.
I was just thinking about in the 90s, you had to like manually lock the doors.
Mm-hmm. And I had a well, we ain't gonna talk about what I had. It had the roll up windows.
Yeah.
So
I just imagine you like, hitting
it's a
all
little
hitting all the
hatchback.
doors.
Yeah, you. No, we had a button where it'll lock all the doors.
Oh,
at
that's
one time.
good.
But the point is that that was a very uncomfortable
That's creepy.
time. My Auntie Wiggs actually talks about a vampire that she doesn't talk about it like it was a fond memory, but I overheard her talking one time with some of her girlfriends about back in the 70s. They had went to a nightclub, and she said there was a vampire there trying to get at the women.
That's creepy.
And I said, how, I'm thinking, how do you know? I asked her later on. I said, well, you used to tell the story about the vampire. We don't talk about that. I said, but I kind of want to know. You talk about it, you bring it forth. We do not talk about it. And she won't talk anymore about it.
Maybe
So
we should have taken Auntie Wig's advice, because here you and I are talking about it, and I am not trying to
brought this mess up. I'm telling you, if I go and I die, I'm coming back and killing you, because that ain't not cool.
I am not trying to bring this on us.
Oh,
I do not. If
you try to.
If any vampires are out there listening to this podcast, we bring no harm. We're just having fun.
No, and I'm gonna tell you something. No, hell no. If any vampires out there, I'm gonna tell you what. I know voodoo. I got my sage and my boo-boos and stuff like that. Go on, bring it. Go on, bring it. I got stakes and knives and yo-yos and whatever it is. I got pennies that throw on the floor, so you have to count them. Because that's another legend about that. And my mama said that she had an odd friend of hers back when she was growing up, and her whole family was like this. If you dropped like rice or something on the floor, they all would stop, and they had to count every single grain of rice. I later looked that up, what that meant, and I thought, okay, there's something wrong with them. They said that's a sign of a vampire.
What?
That's another trait of a vampire.
Okay, I just got so freaked out because you're talking about change dropping and having to count it, and then the dog shook, and you could hear the collar, and it sounded like change.
Hold on a second. Oh, do you not have any professional decorum? I am trying to do the show. You want French fry? Here, let me get a fry. Oh, it didn't make it. Hold on. There. Jackson don't eat French fries. But anyway, go ahead.
Nothing. It scared me a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, there's change that dropped. And I was like, what's happening? Anyways, that's probably about us on time today.
Good. I'm glad. You don't see me in the next episode. You know why? Because Roxanna Jan's big mouth then brought on the spirits, okay? And everything else.
I hope not. Don't come looking for me.
You live in Cedar Rapids?
I don't know where I live.
All right, look, since that's our time, and evidently this might be my last show. Look here. Thank you so much for joining us today for another episode of Ricky's Big World. We're going to leave the light on, but don't be bringing none of that vampire and your long teeth around here, okay? Because we do got the sage and the garlic, and we will use it plentiful, okay? Hallelujah and amen. There. Okay, bye. That was some good shrimp. Did you cut us off?
No.
That's some good shrimp. Fried. It satisfied my fatness. Man, it was good.
There you go.